Welcome everybody to Marvel Champions. Again, it is I, Rob from Sage Tower Games, and we are back with the Collector 1, the ever infamous infiltrate the museum scenario. Now, I have been doing it on some of my streams and some of my things, and you may have seen my other video, which was an expert mode standard campaign, and I've been making it relatively work pretty well. I've made some progress. I've switched the deck up a bit to make some progress with it, and I feel like it's definitely gotten someplace good, but I decided to progress the campaign a bit. I'm just going to go down to standard mode, standard campaign. So the gallery of splendor goes down to standard, so it's only a 9. We take out the 3 expert cards, and let's try this to kind of see how the standard mode goes, so we can at least try the other ones. I'll probably hop back up to expert mode for them to try them out first, and then similar, if it doesn't happen, we'll just, go with it. So with that being said, let's start it up. So 1 card from each deck in the collection. Strength and a genius. So resources are being just sucked up. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to keep the hyper thrusters, keep this, and I'm just going to get rid of... Unless I play this to play finesse, and this to play under surveillance, and then this to play hyper thrusters. That way I start with the finesse and under surveillance, and that might be good actually. So I'm just going to keep this hand because I don't want to waste any cards that I may need. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't need Into the Fray. I don't need Boot Camp. 2 Webbed Ups is a bit of a bad luck, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Ant-May. Perfect. This is a great hand. So first things first, we'll look at the top card, the Power Wand. So it's going to be a 2 attack. Flip up. Genius to play finesse, and the Propel Glide to play an under surveillance, and then this to play hyper thrusters. We'll use the hyper thrusters, take some 1 off each scheme, and then we're going to exhaust to pull out the strength for her deck. Okay, for Peter's turn, 1 to play at May, just get that out of the way. Flip up, 2, 3, 4 to play a Webbed Up, and then we'll exhaust to remove the Genius from the collection. I'll keep the you pay for that just in case he gets an attack card. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. If we can get a beat cop out, that could be interesting, because then we can be taking out a lot of threat. 2 on. Initiates attack, it fails. He gets stunned. Stun fails. And then it's 1 card, 1 card. So, that means the 1 will actually go into play. Shadows of the Past. I'll do that to play Enhanced Spidey Sense to cancel the Shadows of the Past. So I forgot about that, so I'm just gonna actually spend 3 energy resources to get rid of the wand. And then I'm just going to exhaust to pull the Webbed Up out of the collection. Hyper thrusters, take some 1 off each scheme. The finesse plus under surveillance to play a Maria Hill. Draw a card. Draw a card. 1, 2, 3 to play a beat cop. The beat cop will take 1 off here. Maria will take 2 off the main scheme. And then she'll actually no. She's gonna thwart to remove 3 off the side scheme. I was gonna have it take off the wand, but we kind of want the wand to stay in there, I think, for a bit. At least for now. Ready. I'm just gonna discard Nick. Not exactly the card I want right now. 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that's a beefy hand. Okay, we'll see what we can do. So 2 on. Initiates attack against Spider-Man. He'll draw a card. I'm just gonna take it actually. 1 if the 6 of you put the top card in the collection. I take 1 damage. Attacks. 4. I should have defended it, but it's what it is. And then 1, 1 each. So 1 encounter card, 1 encounter card. The Cloak of Hercules. Collector attacks with a +1 attack. We'll defend this just in case. 2, deal 1 damage to each creature. So that will actually pop Maria to the collection. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. I made a crucial. I forgot that. So he had Cloak of Hercules, so he would have actually been a 4. I would have defended Spider-Man. The flip would have been here. Take a damage. Then it would have been 4. Block, take 1. I forgot the cloak would have been a +4, so it would have been easier for Spider-Man to take it. And then take the lead. Okay. So between Hyper Thrusters and that, we can take 2 off here. She can then use United We Stand to heal 1 damage from up to. Well, the United Stand actually isn't that good anymore because I'm not playing an expert. So I'm gonna do it just to heal Maria, so Maria can thwart for 2 off the side scheme. So we can get that out of the game, possibly. And then I'm going to use 2 cards to play a Pheromones to stun and confuse him. And then I'm going to exhaust to pull out the Web Shooter. So I need to use 3 physical. 1, 2, 3. That will remove the Cloak of Hercules. And then do I go toe to toe? I am. I'm gonna do this to play go toe to toe. So he tries to attack, but the stun breaks, but he takes 5 damage. And then I'll use the 2 energy to take the wand out. I know I said I was gonna leave it, but I figured it's better just to at least use it, the resource, instead of just keeping it there. Hopefully it pays off. I'll keep the Venom Blast just in case. But yeah, I had put in my deck United We Stand because in stage 2 you can heal 1 damage from up to 2 people. or 3 in stage 3, so it kind of becomes a bit more useful. But in this case, it's actually pretty bad. It does allow me to heal up Maria so she can thwart again for 2, and I get a tick on my counter, so some benefits, I guess. 2 on, goes to attack Spider Woman. I am going to defend it. Takes no damage. Goes to attack Spider-Man. He gets to draw a card. I'll defend it. But it goes into play. Take 2 damage. And then 1 card each. Yep. The villain schemes. He can't because he's confused. And the villain each minion in play attack. So that, and then 1 comes into play, 2, 3. So I take 3 damage. I'm gonna say the gang up and each minion engage with you attacks. I don't think he would attack me, right? Or does he? Because I wouldn't. He's not engaged with me when the card flipped up. I'm gonna say so because I think I can choose what's to do the minions first. Yeah. I'm gonna say that works. One, 2, 3 to play a swing and web kick, 8 damage. I am then going to do I could just pop a ghost. Oh, no. We'll just do this. Actually, do we have any mental? No, we didn't. Of the 2 to play Relentless Assault, take 1 ghost out, flip, and then heal for 4. Okay, Hyper Thrusters and Beat Cop. 2, 1. So the Gallery of Splendor goes, and we add the top card of each deck into the collection. United We Stand to heal her so she can thwart again for 2. Finesse. And a Queen Carrier to play a Venom Blast to deal 5 damage. Bring them to 8. And then we'll pay 2 resources to pull out the Swing and Web Kick. That's a weird play. I'm not sure how that interaction works. I'm also liking how I already drew United We Stand 3 turns in a row. But 2 on brings it to 5. Schemes against him. It's 2, 3. 2 from the Ghost. Goes to attack Spider Woman. He'll defend it for 2. Defense for 2. Philosopher's Stone. Let's place 3 threat. Okay. Once again, we'll do this to take 2 off here, 1 off here. We'll slowly take as much threat off as we can. Play a United We Stand to heal Maria. Maria can thwart for 2 off here. We'll use the Power of Justice to play 4 Justice. Take 4 off here. Oh, Philosopher's Stone is taken, so we draw 2 cards. We'll use a finesse to play it inconspicuous to remove 3 off. I need to do 1 damage somehow. And then I'm going to use these 2. Yeah. These 2 to pull an energy out. Okay. Peter's turn at May to heal up. I can't actually play Web Kick in this current situation. One, 2. Well, and I can't play. Okay, but so we'll flip up Spider-Man and Into the Fray to play Relentless Assault to do 5 damage. So 4 goes here, 1 bleeds over, but it hits into the diagram image. Is what I wanted that to do. I'll then attack for 2. I'm gonna exhaust to pull out Psionic Ghost. And then I'm gonna keep this Thwarting Web Kick and the Enhanced Spidey Sense as cards. I think that's the play. And then we have the Enhanced Spidey Sense if we need to deal with possible bad card flipping over. Okay, 2 on goes to attack. She'll defend. She has a 3 defense. Eats it. Attacks Spider-Man. He draws a card. I'm just gonna take it. 1 damage. Card. The villain attacks you. 1 plus 3 is 4 damage. And choose either take 2 damage or discard. I'll take 2 damage. Discard an upgrade or support you control. Aunt May goes away. Unless, wait a minute. No. I refuse. I am going to use target acquired to play Enhanced Spidey Sense to cancel that. Because Aunt May is too important for this deck. Definitely. Safeguard. I draw a card. She draws a card. And we both get tough statuses. Then I am going to use 1, 2, 3 to play Swing Web Kick. 8 damage. So that will advance him to stage 2. So he has 28 hit points now. And when revealed, each player must choose either take the top card face into the collection or take 3 damage. I am going to... What's the collection at right now? 3? I would eat the tough is what that would essentially do. I'm gonna have it eat the tough. And then she'll put a card in the collection. Then I'm going to exhaust to remove Falcon from the collection. Okay. So her turn. Again, these two will take off 2 threat. I'm gonna use Finesse plus Inspiring Presence to play Pheromones. That will stun and confuse the collector. Now play these two to play a 4 Justice to do 4 threat off here. Yeah. When we got you pay for that, we might actually be able to actually use for once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks to probably be a Death Focus into a Venom Blast type of turn. Alright, 2 on. Tries to attack, stun, breaks, attacks Spider-Woman. 4 damage, eats the tough. And then 1 card. I double clicked, so 1 card and 1 card. And that's everything. Obedience Potion and View the Cosmos. I will actually discard the highest cost card in my hand to add 3 threat. But Dune Headhunter enters the play. And she takes the lead. Unless, wait a minute. Because I could pop the Beat Cop into the Badoon for 5 damage. And then have Spider-Man. No, Spider-Man can't. If I play Black Cat. Yeah, if I play Black Cat, he can. So we'll start with this to take 1 off. What's the rest of my hand look like? This to play Death Focus. Death Focus plus Finesse to play Venom Blast. To do 5 damage to him. These 2 to take a card from the collection. And then I'm going to attack for 2. And then I'm going to pop the Beat Cop. But that will defeat the Badoon Headhunter. And then on Spider-Man's turn, 2 to play a Black Cat. Discard top 2. Draw 1 if it's an actual one I need. That's mental. Black Cat will attack from 1, just slowly picking him off. Oh, was she gonna? I want to have her flip down actually. She needs to heal. Then I'm gonna use Nick Fury to play go toe to toe. Choose him to attack me for 2 damage. I draw a card from the attack. I take 2 damage. He takes 5 back. I think that was a bit. I think that was only. That was too much. Okay. And it did 2 damage. You pay for that? I'll do you pay for that to remove 2 threat. And then I'm going to exhaust to pull out a B cop. Ready, ready. Four, 5, 6. Add 2 on. Schemes, confusion breaks. Attacks, I draw a card. Gonna defend it for 2. 2, I take each person takes a damage. And it's still only a 2, so I do defend it. And then card. Should either spend 2 physical. Why is web shooter here? The hell? That went into the wrong pile apparently. Either spend 2 physical or put the top card of your deck face up in the collection. I'll put the top card. And then poison. Eviction notice. I will take the flip, but I still have to do the bottom one. Only reason for that is that it allows me to heal up using Aunt May and then flip back up. Okay, delete. Aunt May heals me for 4. Scientist resource to play endurance. 3 more. Flip up. Black cat attacks from 1. Into the fray to play a toe-to-toe. I draw a card from it. He attacks me. 2, 3. 3 damage. He takes 5 damage back, and then I'm just going to do a swing and web kick on top of that. Another 8, so that's 13 damage. And that's my turn. Brings us to Jessica's turn. The poison does the damage to her. I'm just trying to think if there's a way, if I flip up, Hyper Thrusters takes a threat off. I use this to play Inconspicuous to remove 3 threat. I then use this and Jessica Drew's apartment to play Pheromones to stun and confuse. I use 2 resources to pull out the power of justice. And then we attack for 3. And that will defeat him in standard mode, but it is still a defeat. And we win. So, with that, we'll hop on over to the campaign log. And let's see what the scenario is. So, record each victory points, 1 for each unit. Number of units for each player equal to the victory value in the display. So 1, 2, 3. Record 1 unit for each player if there are 2 or fewer cards in the collection. There are. Record 1 unit for each player. There's no threat on the main scheme. I don't think that was possible. And then in the cards in the collection section, record the title of each player card in the collection. There isn't any. So we have no card lost for the next stage. And then we did beat the Badoon Headhunter. Okay. And with that, we're now doing escape the museum. Okay. So with that, I counted 5 points for each person. So that gives us 1 + 5 is 6 points actually for Spider-Woman, and 5 points for Spider-Man, so he can put another 5 cost card in his hand, and she can put a 6 cost card from her hand. So she could either do the targeting screen, or she can do the one that he has 1 damage from a friendly character. This would allow her to heal her. Whoa. This will allow her to heal her minions, her allies. But it's a bit much for mounted laser is not bad. I might do targeting screen. That way, between that and the hyper thruster, she can remove tons of threat off the board. So we'll probably do targeting screen for her. And then he'll probably do onrush for him. And we add that to rights, where to exhaust your identity if you cannot place 2 threat on the main scheme. Another card gets added to the museum, to the deck. So with that, we did beat this campaign on standard mode, and you can see it was pretty quick of a game, mostly because on standard, it's especially with how the deck was kind of built to tackle the expert mode, so kind of switching it around to this makes it pretty easy to just quickly blow through it and just play tons of damage and just burst him down. We kept the threat under control with the hyper thrusters and the beat cop. So we may eventually revisit this to do expert mode, probably when we have maybe build a specific deck for it, but right now I kind of want to do it with Team Spider. They're kind of doing a pretty good job. So we'll see how they tackle scenario 3, escape from the museum. I will probably stop at putting it back in expert just to see how they fare, and again, if it proves to be a challenge, they'll hop back down to standard. So with that, thank you guys for watching, and be sure to follow the channel for more Marvel Champions content. Thank you.